If you've been looking for a desk or office chair, you may have seen an ad for some autonomous products. Are they any good? Let's find out. Before we get right into it, I want to let you know that this is not a sponsored video. I have worked remote for a few years now and purchased 2 desks, 2 cable management trays, 2 chairs, and a stool from Autonomous with my own money between July 2020 and February 2021. This is not a video on assembly, specs, etc. Ordering from Autonomous online is simple and straightforward. One area that did trip up a friend of mine when ordering their Smart Desk 2 was the Customize section. When you go to order a desk, they give you free pre-selected color combinations for the desktop and desk legs. You can actually order whichever color combinations you like, but first you must select the Customize option from the drop-down. Quick note, if you are not planning on using a desk mat, I highly encourage to get a finish with the pattern, something like the walnut finish, because it hides scratches and other marks much better than the solid black offering. Some orders may experience delays due to COVID restrictions. However, Autonomous has done a great job of making these delays known before you order. Assembly for all the products is pretty straightforward. If you've ever assembled any furniture from IKEA, Walmart, Target, etc., then you'll have no problems assembling any products from Autonomous. Now, let's talk about some of the chairs. My first order from Autonomous was the MyoChair with a headrest and leg rest. I was very impressed by the quality of the chair for $239. Keep in mind, I'm comparing quality relative to the price. So this isn't going to be as solid as a $1,500 chair with a metal frame. It's made out of plastic. The headrest is a great addition. However, I feel like the leg rest is a waste of money. I never used it, but hey, maybe you will. The lumbar support is adjustable, but does not lock in place. This is probably my biggest complaint about the chair. If you move the support up to where it's comfortable and then lean forward, it just falls back to the lowest position. Overall, most of the complaints I had were pretty minimal considering what you would get for that price from a chair at Office Depot or something like that. The ErgoChair 2 would be my recommendation for anyone looking to buy a chair from Autonomous. It feels more substantial than the MyoChair, most likely because of the additional back brace. For a little bit more money, you get a much better product in my opinion. I have felt comfortable sitting in both the MyoChair and ErgoChair 2 for more than 8 hours a day, which is why overall, even though I do have minor complaints, I would still recommend someone purchasing one of these chairs. I also purchased the ErgoStool to switch up my sitting position throughout the day. If you have a standing desk, I would recommend using a stool from time to time to switch up your sitting position. You do not want this to be your primary seat if you're at a desk for more than an hour or so. The longer I use the stool, the worse my posture gets, and that's why I only use it for an hour or so a day. It helps me break up my day and also get some circulation through my legs. Now to the desks. This is where my experience with Autonomous started to get a little shaky. My fiance and I wanted standing desk, and the prices offered by Autonomous were too good to say no to. We ordered both the 53-inch and 70-inch variants of the Smart Desk 2. The 53-inch desk is in the black finish with the black frame, and the 70-inch desk is in the walnut finish with the black frame. Assembly, well, it should have been easy, but, well, we had an issue. Yep, something screwy was happening with the legs. Since we had 2 sets of black legs, I was able to mix and match until I found that every leg worked, just not certain combinations of the legs. My guess is that one of the legs was drawing too much power, which prevents the other leg from working correctly. I'll be honest, this was a pain to deal with, and the frustration could have been prevented. My recommendation if you buy an Autonomous desk is to test the legs before you assemble the frame. Simply plug the 2 legs and control switch into the control box. Then plug the control box into a power outlet. Press the up and down buttons on the control switch at the same time and hold until the control switch beeps and the legs self-level. This way, if you do have a defective leg, you could keep all the other parts packed away in the box before you assemble the whole thing and have a lopsided desk. I feel that Autonomous could have a better design in case anyone runs into any leg issues. If you need to swap out a leg after the desk is assembled, you have to remove the entire top just to remove a single bracket that is blocking 2 screws. If those screws were accessible through the side bracket, Then you would be able to flip the desk over and hot swap a leg if you ever run into any issues. Receiving a defective product happens from time to time, and that isn't what upset me about my autonomous experience. It was the customer service, or lack thereof. It took me about 2 weeks to get someone to ship out a replacement leg. I ended up having to reach out and complain to their Instagram account before someone actually jumped in and helped me out with my issue. It took 5 business days to get the very first response, which is a very poor response that didn't help me out at all. If you call the customer service number on their website, you'll be on hold for about 20 minutes before their system just simply hangs up on you. And I'm not the only one who's had customer service issues with Autonomous. For some reason, my Gmail app on my phone showed me a link to the Autonomous service desk that I wasn't able to see anywhere else. This led me to be able to see other people's tickets and complaints. First off, WTF, mate. My ticket has my name and address in it. This kind of pisses me off a little bit, to be blunt. You're putting your customers' information at risk, and that is simply not acceptable. Regardless of the lack of customer service, you need to have more security around information like this. It's plain and simple. It's just not acceptable. The worst part of all of this is that I absolutely love the Autonomous Smart Desk 2. Despite the amount of time and problems it took me to get a usable desk, I love my workspace now that I have it. I didn't go into detail about the cable management trays, well, because it's pretty straightforward. It's a tray that holds and hides all your cables. If you enjoy super clean setups, I definitely recommend the cable management tray from Autonomous, since it is large enough that you could hold a power supply back there, so you quite simply have one cable visible. I do wish the cable management trays came in the same colors as the desk frame rather than just gray, but maybe we'll see those offerings down the road. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're planning on making a purchase from Autonomous, I do have a referral link and code in the description below that will give you a discount. The referral link doesn't give me any money directly. It actually gives me credits to purchase more products from Autonomous, which, well, may or may not happen. Until next time. Seriously though, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?